after last week's exciting event, and the winner is Motorsports 160 at Michigan International Speedway to kick off the Icebreaker Winter Series. We're now ready for stop number 2 in the Winter Series Tour. Hello, everybody. Welcome to ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network coverage, the leader in sim broadcasting for round number 2 from Hot Atlanta in the winter, Atlanta Motor Speedway, and tonight's event, the iRace League 130. Joining me in the booth alongside Topside is Michael Keaton. Working down on pit road, as always, is Dakota Ehrman, and of course, he's also the associate producer of ETV. But Michael Keaton, man, after last week, Brian Macklin put it in victory lane. Can this driver go on and double down this week at Atlanta? But we've got a lot of new contenders ready to turn up the turnpike and get their top of the pylon in the victory lane when it's all said and done here tonight as well.
Yeah, those guys put on one heck of a show last week, and I tell you what, Atlanta's the same type track where a show can be just as good. 130 laps here, just over a mile-and-a-half racetrack. Very, very fast raceway. Can't wait to see these guys battle it out. And Brian Macklin, you better believe it, buddy. He's a fast race competitor, but he's going to have Dwayne Vincent, C.J. LeVere, John Higman Jr. A lot of these guys are on pace also as well here at Atlanta.
Qualifying currently still going on, 29.478 seconds, 2/100th off a second. 2/1000ths off the second of the pole between Chris Cable and C.J. LeVere. It does not get any closer than that. And, of course, Matt Lacrosse, Brian Macklin, winner at Michigan last weekend. Bobby Whittle right now is the top 5 in the board as qualifying. Still continuing, about to wrap up here at Atlanta, Michael.
Yeah, these guys put on some fast times here at qualifying. What was interesting, though, is to see some of the fast guys in practice wasn't able to put it quickest on the board in qualifying. So you got to wonder, did these guys let up, or they want to settle out in the midfield, or they want to start in the back? We hear that Chad Cole's wanting to start in the back, so that's why he's back there. You got to think guys like Eric Arnold, Joey Katina, David Lanza, some of these guys is way back in the back, Nathan Little, Adam Roberts. So these guys starting back there on purpose, and if they are, man, I tell you, 40-something cars, 43 cars to work through. Woo, Wes, this headline is going to be good.
And as always, down to pit road with our all-star pit crew and associate producer at ETV Live, Mr. Dakota Ehrman. Dakota Ehrman, buddy, welcome to Hot Atlanta, Atlanta Motor Speedway for another great event of the Icebreaker Winter Series. Man, it doesn't get any more exciting than this. A mile-and-a-half track, a little bit of banking on the straightaways, a lot of banking in the corners. What is the crews talking about to set their cars up to prepare for this event tonight?
Well, you guys called Hot Atlanta, but these drivers and the crew chiefs actually have been calling it Grip City because this track full of grip, it can still eat up the tires, and you tend to get loose. But I mean, it's still Grip City. I mean, the first lap or two, I mean, you're full throttle almost all the way around the track, so it's gonna be very difficult to make up a lot of ground, especially with how some of these cars are. Looking for 55 to 60 laps on the fuel tonight. And that was Chad Cole. He's not quite sure, but that's what we're going with. And by the way, guys, I know you probably forgot to do your picks. I'm doing Matt Lacrosse. I know John Wessling is doing Chad Cole, guys.
And my pick's Brian Macklin, finally. I was going to pick him last week, finally at the last minute, but I did pick first C.J. LeVere. No change in the picks like we got me last Monday night, Dakota. But my pick tonight, Brian Macklin. And let's look standings right now as we go into race number 2 of 10. Brian Macklin has a 5-point lead over Chad Cole. Chris Schallenberger right there in third with 6 points back. Mike Montesi fourth, 8 points back. Angelito Cordino is fifth with 9 points back. And Mike King sits sixth, 10 points back. Dwayne Vincent, John Abbott, C.J. LeVere, and Jonathan Goodell only 14 backs to the leader in race 2. Michael Keaton, anybody's race to lose right now for the championship.
Yeah, we're very early on in this quick winter series here, but you know, race 2 can mean a whole lot for some, and it can mean a whole lot less for others. I mean, if you're Brian Macklin, you're sitting on the bubble in first, but if you're Jonathan Goodell and someone who's back in 25th like John Higman Jr., then there's plenty of room here to make up for tonight at Atlanta to get yourself back in the hunt.
Well, we got a very special guest that we're going to bring into the broadcast, but first I believe we're going to go down trackside for the command. They're ready to go for the race, and we'll give you the starting lineup here for the iRace League 130 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Oh, say, can you see by the what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It's now time to take a look at the iRaceLeague.com 130 as they get ready to come to the green flag here in just a moment. Chris Cable, CJ LaVere, Matt Lacrosse, Brian Macklin, Bobby Witzel make up the top 5. Steve Ritter, Randy Wells, Jose Gonzalez, Jonathan Goodell, Terry Lane is your top 10. The next 10, Michael Keaton.
Brian Harvey, 11th. John Mildwayne, 12th. Mike Montesi, 13th. John Abbott, 14th. Rick Phelps, 15th. John Hanna Jr., 16th, 17th. Ronnie Potts, Kel Dresbach, 18th. Dwayne Vincent, 19th. Jeff Eden, 20th.
And going 21st, Glenn Campbell, John Hipka Jr., Brandon Webb, David Lanza, Chris Schallenberger, Doug Roth, Eric Arnold, Angela Corandino, Wyatt Wolf, Joey Katina. The green flag is in the air. We're underway here in Atlanta for 130 laps on ETV. Rest of the run now, Douglas Wyatt, Mike King, Nathan Bowers, Rich Jett, Michael Gray, Keith Brooks Jr., Adam Roberts, Chad Cole, Patrick Hahey, Nathan Little. And we are underway in the early going with some great racing. Cable leads them down the back stretch out of turn 4, lap 1 in the US Air Force Chevrolet, Michael, for lap 1 in Atlanta.
Yeah, Chris Cable off to an excellent start here at Atlanta, as well as the entire field, completing 1 lap. We're under green still, starting to fan out. A little single file action for about the top 10 here, but they're settling out still towards the back as we have a pass for the lead here. CJ LaVere.
Junior Wyatt Wolf and Stephen Herring. So underway here in the early going as new leader CJ LaVere in the Nationwide, number 4. Pick the inside out of turn number 4 in the double dog leg. He'll lead them down into turn 1. First lead change in the race on lap number 3.
And as Dakota mentioned, these guys are pretty much full throttle of the race car right now, so it's surprising that CJ LaVere was able to put that move on Cable. But here's Cable battling back here. He's going to just stay on the back rear deck lid of him. Nope, going to look underneath and see if he's got a little bit of room. The room's there. CJ LaVere gives the gap. Turn 4, exit. Chris Cable maybe to the lead. No, CJ LaVere hangs on.
You got to look out for that battle as they come to the stripe to the double dog leg. Anything can and will happen. We've seen crashes. We've seen photo finishes. How about in 2000, Dale Earnhardt's last victory with Bobby Labonte and Dale Earnhardt at the stripe. The same thing in 2001 after Earnhardt's passing with Kevin Harvick and Jeff Gordon. All of those great pages of racing history in NASCAR can even happen here in the iRace League 200 with the Icebreaker Winter Series. And now 2 more cars in the battle. Matt Lacrosse in the 21. Brian Macklin, last weekend's winner in the number 38 machine. Winner in Michigan. They're in the 4-car battle for the lead exiting turn 1.
Yeah, Brian Macklin making his way through the field here a little bit. Great driver. Started 4th. He's up to 3rd, so he's got a little bit more to go until he gets in that lead. But Brian Macklin knows how to get there. Right now, just playing patient game. And 2, you got to think, Wes, if these guys were to wreck right here in front of the field, you're talking about a huge crash. So these guys got to be very careful with how they race right now.
Absolutely. And by the way, we have a special guest in the broadcast, and I mentioned that before. We went to opening ceremonies with the Cactus Cuties with always a great rendition of the national anthem and getting the green flag, as right now we're working lap 6 on the back straightaway of completion. J.D. Webb, one of the backbones of ETV, along with John Wessling, has been under the weather the last couple of weeks, had surgery, put him behind the weather during Thanksgiving holidays. But J.D. Webb, man, it's good to see you up and about, moving around and being in the broadcast here tonight in Atlanta with the Icebreaker Series, sir.
Hey, thank you. It's always good to be here. Crawled up the stairs here about a half hour ago, hung out with John and the boys up here in the booth for a little bit. Actually went to work and did a little editing for John, but I tell you, not quite back in the saddle again, still sitting in a rocker, sipping on that mint julep, but trying to heal this thing up and eager to get back working with the guys again soon.
Well, man, I know on behalf of everybody at ETV Live Online, Auto Sports Entertainment Network, Dakota Ehrman, Michael Keaton, us in the broadcast, and countless others, we are all thinking about you, buddy. It's just great to have you here with us tonight, just checking up on us like the Cyber Daddy would do, seeing how everybody's doing in the ETV kitchen, see if we're baking the cookies correctly, and getting these race broadcasts in the books. And by the way, John Wesley being a great job as well, keeping everything afloat here with, as well as Dakota Ehrman and everybody at ETV to keep these broadcasts going.
Shortly before I left, we had a big staff meeting and kind of laid it all on the line. Everybody knew I was going to be out for a little bit. Didn't know it was going to be quite this long at that time, but I'll tell you, everybody has stepped up to the plate. I've been catching a race or two here on ETV Live, and I'll tell you, there is no better when it comes to the quality of the broadcast and the crew that's putting it together. And big thanks to Mike and you and Dakota and all the boys here at ETV Live, John Wessling, the whole crew here for really ramping it up and keeping the thing going and putting out some outstanding shows.
Well, that's J.D. Webb. We'll have some thoughts with him later on in the broadcast, unless he's got to step away. But Michael Keaton, cable into the wall. There's a great battle for second spot on the backstretch, heading for 3.
And that's not the first time that Cable has hit the wall. He's hit the wall coming out of 2 about 3 times already, but the right front holding up on the machine. High line working pretty good as Brian Macklin falls to 3rd. The 21 machine up to 2nd. That's Matt Lacrosse. But look who's checking out. C.J. Lavere about a half a second in the lead right now.
Yeah, DJ Lavere loves what he sees right now in the Nationwide Colors Chevrolet Monte Carlo Impala as they come back to the line. Second spot, Matt Lacrosse, but he's got a 4-car munch and crunch behind him, led by Chris Cable in the 05. Randy Wells in the 46. Steve Ritter in the 16. Jose Gonzalez, 7 cars running him down for second out of turn 4.
And let's keep an eye on that Don Q Chevrolet there of Jose Gonzalez. This guy right here, telling you, last in the RSR Real Sim Full Throttle Cup Series on Monday nights, this guy put on some good shows towards the end. He's back here in the Icebreaker Series trying to make his name known. He's doing a fabulous job running 6 right now. He's trying to work that 46 machine of Randy Wells. And Jose Gonzalez, man, I tell you, he's a fine race car driver from Puerto Rico.
And by the way, I do not want to jinx anything of this magnitude, but I cannot believe we're going on lap 13 now with not a caution flag with 43 cars on the racetrack. By the way, there was one driver that threw the gauntlet in pre-race as the iRace League 130 got underway. He started at the back. He's trying to get to the front. And Dakota Ehrman has more about the driver, Chad Cole, in that story.
Hey guys, I was literally talking to Chad Cole before the race, and he said he wanted to start in the back end and try to climb to the field like he did last week, as he did finish second. Got me a lot of points there. But he is John Wesley's pick this week. He is Chad Cole. He started, I believe it is 38th, and it's up to 54th. Slowly climbing to the field, guys.
Up to the 34th spot right now is your ETV camera crew, John Wesley, the one-man show, showing you the action of now he's up to 33rd. We got a car on the wall on the back straightaway. I just caught a glimpse of it as we were talking about it. Now more cars making contact, and it looks like they're all going to keep it on the straight and narrow, Michael Keaton. I think we're going to stay under the green flag.
And that was Chris Cable, who was running 4th place. He got it to the wall once again. This time the wall kept him up there, and he almost lost it, and that was John Abbott, who was running 13th, who almost ran him over. Did a fine job of getting off the accelerator, getting down to speed, and allowing Chris Cable to get back under power. He's back under power, but man, lost 12 spots in the process.
15 laps into the early going. Still no caution flag whatsoever in the start of the iRace League 130 here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in race 2 of the Icebreaker Winter Series. And this is the ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network. The leader in sim broadcasting in the early going will go side by side. Thank our sponsors. We'll be back with more Green Flag Racing after the break, but you won't miss a thing with our side-by-side race car. Wait a minute, before we go to commercial, one car down at the bottom of the apron, Brandon Webb, the 66 car in 23rd spot. The snap-on car got wicked sideways. I thought he was going to loop it around. He keeps it going. We'll stay green. Woo! Michael Keaton gave me a scare. I thought we were going to unfurl the yellow flag, but we'll go side by side and continue the racing from Atlanta after the break. This is ETV Live.
Huffman coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over to Wayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it to go off. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, and we got one car on the bottom of the 10 car. Welcome back to the iRaceLeague.com 200 here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, race number 2 of the Icebreaker Winter Series. I'm Wesley Outland. Michael Keaton up topside in the booth, high above the 1.5 mile here, Double Dog Leg in Hampton, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. Dakota Ehrman working our great job on pit road solo tonight. And we got a caution on the racetrack, I believe. Michael Keaton, what's going on, buddy?
No caution, but Ronnie Potts and Rick Founts, man, I tell you, if they keep racing the way they were, we may see one. These guys hard racing for 14th place as Rick Founts in that National Guard Chevrolet hangs on to 14th, but the Ronnie Potts Bone Collector car reeling him in. They've also got Brian Harvey, John Hanna Jr. in the mix. Keep an eye right there in mid-pack.
Absolutely, as they're still in the early going, working lap number 24. Of completion, working lap 25 this time by, and I'll tell you what, Dakota Ehrman, very surprised as we were talking amongst us announcers during the break, and by the way, our thoughts and prayers still with J.D. Webb. Thank the world to him. Without him and John Wessling, we would not have the ability to be able to do what we do here with DTV and the race broadcast. But we were talking during the break, one-on-one, and it's impressive that we've gone 25-plus laps and no caution flag yet.
I'll say what was that one? I actually called it before the race. I was thinking right before lap 5. I was wrong, but due to past races I've seen this track, I know how the racing is, especially with 43 cars. I am rather shocked that they've made it as far as they have without a caution.
Well, you know, guys, I was about to say, you know, guys, we've been broadcasting this league for a long time now, and these guys, they race with each other a lot, and that's why you see the competitiveness grow each and every week with these guys. The different series. We've got some new guys in here tonight, especially like Brian Macklin, but this guy's no stranger to good competitive racing. He's in here with these guys. He's mixing it up with the leaders up there right now. I think he just got the lead. No, CJ Lever's still hanging on, but you know, it's just the fact that these guys continually week in, week out, they race with each other. And this league, John Abbott and these guys, they don't put up with a whole lot. And this is why we're seeing 27 consecutive green laps racing here at Atlanta.
Absolutely, very impressed is still the CJ Lever in the nationwide number 4. Chevrolet Impala leads the way. Brian Macklin, winner at Michigan last week, is second. New man up to third from Puerto Rico, Jose Gonzalez in the 11. He's got a great run going, Michael.
Absolutely. I just spoke about him earlier. He was running about 8th place. He's worked himself all the way up to 3rd, and look who's right ahead of him. That's the 2 leaders who Brian Macklin just took the 1st place over from CJ Lever, and here he comes. That's right.
Absolutely, my pick out in front, and that's who I wanted last week, and the guy that I picked last week that got wrecked out, CJ Lever, is battling back on the inside of Macklin for the lead as they go into the corner.
Hot Atlanta racing, or should we say cold Atlanta racing, as they rub doors coming out of 2.
And they touch again. Here comes Gonzalez with a power move to the inside. He'll look on the inside of Lever. 4 seconds, but he'll run down Macklin for the lead out of turn number 4. Lever got caught sleeping. Gonzalez capitalized, and now he'll run down your leader, Macklin, at the stripe. But Lever's on his rear deck lid as they come out of the dog leg back to turn 1.
Just a little bit of drafting, saying, hey, I'll work with you, Gonzalez. CJ Lever tells him. Here comes Gonzalez, though, out of 2. Got a good head of momentum on Macklin as he chases him down the backstretch.
Now a 5-car breakaway for the lead. Brian Macklin in the Lilly Trucking of Virginia 38 Chevrolet is out in front. The Windows Donatec Don Q Chevrolet of Jose Gonzalez is in second. The Nationwide Impala of CJ Lever sits in third. Randy Wells and Matt Lacrosse rounds up the top 5. They're on the backstretch out of turn 2.
Man, I tell you, Jose Gonzalez looking really impressive right now. Last time by, faster than the leader, Brian Macklin, who's led about 3 laps so far. He got the lead from CJ Lever, then CJ Lever gave it up to Jose Gonzalez. And now we've got a little breakaway with the front 2 here.
No doubt about it. And the top 2 trying to open up their distance from the 3rd place man of Lever, but it's still not going to work. Now you got a battle for the 4th spot in 5th. Now make it 3rd to 5th. Going at it, Lever, Wells, Lacrosse. They've run him back down again on your leaders. Now a lead change. Here comes Jose Gonzalez from Puerto Rico. He'll pull to the inside of Brian Macklin looking for the lead at the stripe. They're door to door out of turn 4.
And Macklin holds on to the lead, but it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when Jose Gonzalez takes the lead over here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Dakota Ehrman, can you give us some more information on this young driver in the 11, Jose Gonzalez? Where did he come from?
That's what he's asking his crew chief. But what happened to the car? He was not very happy with a few laps ago. But the thing has come to life here recently. The crew chief telling him save the tires early, and that's what he's done. And the car is actually as we caution on the speedway, guys. Caution
on the speedway, trouble on the racetrack. Let's go to Michael Keaton.
Trying to figure out who it was. I don't think it was a bad crash. Wes, trying to get it back on my monitor here, but I don't think it was a bad crash. I think it might have been just a single car crash.
Well, we'll try to check up with our icebreaker spotters to find out who it is that's involved with the wreck, as there's so much action going on all over the racetrack. Who is it, Michael Keaton? Have we found out the verdict yet?
Yeah, and I'm really surprised that the caution did come out. It was 67. Brian Harvey running 17th place. He got the car about 180 degrees sideways, hit the wall, but never really spun it. But obviously, Flagman going to wave it coming out of 4 here. Caution's out. And again, Brian Harvey, Fearless Racing Chevrolet, bringing us out our first caution.
So Brian Harvey in the 67 car puts us under yellow flag. Dakota Ehrman, what do you think? You think they're coming to pit road or not?
Oh, I definitely know they are, because Brian Macklin just now pulling into a stall. 4 tires and fuel for most of these cars. I don't think you can take strategy because the tires get eaten up. As I said, you are full throttle for the first few laps of the run, so it does make it very hard to save tires here. As Macklin getting his left sides up now. Full tank of fuel, very few changes for any of these guys, as we are 20 laps, I believe, short of the fuel window, or at least until they were planning on pitting, guys.
The race off pit road. Macklin got him off the line first. Gonzalez second. Randy Wells third. As they all exit off the pit road. How about more cars in the pits in front of you, Michael Keaton, in the midsection?
Well, John Milwain, I looked at him, and man, I tell you what, he got a good pit stop. Came in 14th. He's back out 10th on the speedway. That's a way to pick up 4 cars. And a lot of these guys, you know, pit strategies, all like Dakota said, 4 tires, full tank of gas. Hey, we went about 34 laps under green. Why can't we do it again? So you've got to take 4 here. You can't take 2, and you got to also take a full tank of gas.
Absolutely, and I understand that John Abbott of the number 10 was given an end-of-lap penalty. We'll find out more of the story on that. I'm pretty certain that Dakota Ehrman will be getting the update on what went on with there for the end-of-lap penalty on John Abbott as he exits off pit road in the Impala. And Dakota, what's up going on with John to get the penalty? Okay, I understand that he was involved with the 67 of Brian Harvey, causing him to have that spin there, so that's the reason why. He'll take it like a man and kind of like a child gets a whipping and not going behind the woodshed. John Abbott will take that same licks as well and take it to the rear of the field for the restart when we come back to green. And when they cycle back around, it looks like everybody came to pit road, guys. Brian Macklin will be circled back around as your leader as they'll come back to the line here. It looks like we might get 1 to go as they're on the backstretch.
Hey, Wes, just got some devastating news for the number 11 machine of Jose Gonzalez. EOL into the longest line. He got caught for speeding off pit road, and that will take him to the end, all the way back to 22nd right now.
Oh, man. That's got to be a heartbreaker to Dakota Ehrman. All that hard work, had that problems with that car in the early going, started to rally up at the front when the caution flag fell, battling with Macklin for the lead, and now he gets busted on pit road.
Yes, guys, but he is taking it very, very calmly. He's very calm on the radio, not saying much about it. His crew chief and spotter reassuring him it will be all right. Because, guys, he does have a car that can get back up to the front, as he has just shown he can continue to lead.
And by the way, there's still a long way to go in this race. I mean, we still got like 93 laps to go, I believe. I mean, it's 130 laps total for the iRaceLeague.com 130. And Michael Keaton, speaking of iRaceLeague.com, why don't you give him some more information about that?
Well, you can check them out, iLeagueRace.com. These guys do a whole lot of stuff. In fact, the Real Sim Racing uses them for a league service, and that's where they host their points and all their league material with. They host different servers. There's all kinds of services they do, websites, iframes, and APIs. Check them out, iLeagueRace.com. These guys have a Black Friday 2012 offer that you can still get here, and these guys are always doing a nice job of making sure that the leagues and services and hostings that they do for people are under good budget plans, and they sure are. Check them out today, iLeagueRace.com.
And I apologize. I kept calling it iRaceLeague.com. It's iLeagueRace.com. So I apologize for having those 2 words backwards. iLeague Race 130 here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. What do you say, gentlemen? We do our first crank it up here at Atlanta as the pace car drops on the pit road. The first Ford Mustang gets away from your leader, Macklin and Wells. Crank up those speakers. Turn on the surround sound. Get your ears blown off to the sound of the power here of the Icebreaker Winter Series. The sights and sounds of the Icebreaker Winter Series here as we work lap number 40. 90 laps to go on ETV. Wesley Outland, Michael King, Dakota Ehrman in the booth on, Dakota Ehrman on pit road. We're in the booth. John Wesley in Command Central at the ETV headquarters doing a great job running the boards. Tell you what, guys, pretty clean restart, and CJ Laver back out in front of the Nationwide. Car number 4. I wonder if that slogan really matches. Nationwide is on your side. If it's really keeping him at the front tonight here at Atlanta, Michael.
Let's take a look back here in the 15th place. John Hanna Jr.'s got his car full of other cars around him. The 91 of Jeff Eden and that Eden Construction Chevrolet down low in the red machine. Behind them, hey, how about this? Eric Arnold in the green Interstate Chevrolet trying to get up into the top 10. He's 17th, but he's got a whole hack of cars in front of him and behind him.
The Navy Nuke is back. Now we can call him the Green Machine or the Grinch since it's the holiday season. Down the back straightaway out of turn number 4. Back to the line they come. Bounce to the inside of the 91 of a Jeff Eden. They'll battle it out. 5 goes on the outside lane of the machine of Fouts now. That's going to be John Hanna Jr. And now he'll run down the number 2 of Ronnie Potts. And in front of him is Steve Ritter. Great racing mid-pack as they go to turn 3.
And these guys are on fresh tires, so as Dakota mentioned in the beginning of the broadcast, they're about probably 90% on the throttle right now, don't you think, Dakota, coming through the turns and out of the corners?
So that they're probably about like that, almost full throttle for the first 2 or 3 laps. After that, the tires kind of go slick. It's still grip city, but you can't quite use as much throttle, especially when you're running the cars. When they try to use that 90% throttle and they're on the bottom, they get somebody on the outside, that really won't work. Like Matt Lacrosse right now, out on 4, 6 position is 6 got the wall there. You can't go really hard on the throttle there, or you'll run up with the guy on the outside there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The 6 car, the Tabasco Saucy entry, got some company, got in the wall there a moment ago, and had a visit with the concrete. Now he's got some company by Kel Dresbach in the 45. Kel, not only he's a driver we mentioned up at the front of the pack in a lot of the RSR events, even the Icebreaker Winter Series, he was in the front last night. We got 1 car turning around in the back straightaway. Trouble on the backstretch.
The 91 machine maybe of Jeff Eden and running 18th coming out of 2 West. I believe that's the call. Chad Cole involved with that. No caution.
Yeah, no caution. He's still rolling as you see back the start-finish line, but I don't know if John Westling can be able to find it on the replay. But yeah, the number 91 car on the back straightaway. I was just talking about the 45 Kel Dresbach, and what a great run he had going for him. And then the next thing you know, bing bang boom, the 91 red car shoots. Oh yeah, here we go. Look on your ETV replay. I think John already beat me to it. I'm catching it now, but the 91 car had some contact. Looks like the number 7 of Chad Cole got into him, guys, and that caused him to go around. Oh, Chad Cole, the victim, the culprit of that spin, Michael.
Yeah, that didn't actually help Chad Cole out either. He was running close to 18th, 19th. He's all the way back to 28th. He's lost the draft here, Dakota.
And guess what?
Meanwhile, yeah, I'm sorry, Dakota. Go ahead, buddy.
Chad Cole was on the bottom. He moved down late to pass. The guy he was trying to pass was still in the middle lane, so he wasn't quite next to the wall. Chad Cole probably thinking he had a lot more room than he did there. And it doesn't help if these cars don't run to the maximum speed or right up next to that wall.
Absolutely, and by the way, now we've got a 6-car battle for the lead as they come back to the double dog leg here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. CJ Laver back out in front, and at one point when we were talking about the incident between Cole and Eden, the 46 of Randy Wells stuck his nose to the lead at one time, Mike Keaton.
Yeah, and actually got the lead a lap, so that's good for Mr. Wells there, and also making some presence known in that SchutzMaster.com Chevrolet, Jonathan Cadell, who started today's event 9th. He's up to 4th, worked his way around John Higman Jr., but he's also along in that mix as well, Wiz.
Well, of course, this is the Real Sim Racing Icebreaker Winter Series, and coming up in February, we crank back up again with the RSR Full Throttle Cup Series, a 36-week journey where there's one big prize when it's all said and done, a simulation racing cockpit created and designed by championship race car driver Bob Earl. Landon Huffman got it in 2012. Who will get it in 2213? Who better than a real race car driver also to design a simulation racing cockpit? Bob Earl has done it. He certainly knows what it means to have a comfortable racing seat. The design features a fully adjustable racing seat and frame, additional monitor stand, shifter mount, and that it's sold separately. High quality and affordable alternative to others that cost thousands of dollars. It's only $349 plus shipping and handling. See it at BobEarlRacing.com. Order yours today at BobEarlRacing.com. And by the way, congratulations as Bob Earl sends big thanks and congrats to the 75 of Landon Huffman winning the VRC MK2 Virtual Racing Seat, being the 2012 RSR Full Throttle Cup Series champion. And Michael Keaton will be giving away another one in 2013.
Yep, and it doesn't mean that you can't add it to your Christmas list. I know Christmas is rolling around the corner for some of you guys and those who celebrate Hanukkah. There's 7 great days of gifts, so you can always add it to your Hanukkah list or your Christmas list and tell that wife, that girlfriend, that mother or dad to pick one up for you at BobEarlRacing.com.
And by the way, I think if you celebrate once, I think it's what is it, Michael? 13 days or 12 days?
There's plenty enough cheer to go around.
Absolutely. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody from ETV in the holiday season. Appreciate you enjoying the broadcast. CJ LeVere, Macklin, Wells, Cadell, Higman, your top 5. We'll go side by side. Commercial break. 53 laps in, and we're working close to halfway here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is the Icebreaker Winter Series on the Leader in Sim Broadcasting, the ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network. .57 laps on the board as the field is in turn number 2, coming back to the main straightaway here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network coverage of the iRace League. The iRace League 130. I understand the website is down. Maybe they're doing some maintenance on it, Michael Keaton, but they normally do have a website up. They're doing a great job. We appreciate iRace League sponsoring the event here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for round number 2 of the Icebreaker Winter Series. CJ LeVere out in front, but Randy Wells closing in the 46 as they come to the stripe.
Yeah, Randy Wells has got that real good draft here at Atlanta. He's hanging with CJ LeVere there. He's kind of breaking away from Brian Macklin, who's running 3rd. Jonathan Cadell running 4th. He's also lost a little bit of the draft. But Randy Wells, man, I'm going to tell you something. This guy's part of this Red As chassis work race team. with the Wayne Vincent, Kel Dressback, and some of the other guys doing a fabulous job here today at Atlanta. Randy Wells trying to track down LeVere for the lead, though, here as they go into one.
Great battle going on in the, well, it's in 35th position, Chris Schallenberger, but he's got lap machines, or lead lap cars all around him. Chris Schallenberger, in 27th and 28th. That's for position on the racetrack. Chad Cole is trying to run down Schallenberger. Now he'll go to the outside lane and hook up with the 44 of the Rhinestone Cowboy, Glenn Campbell, as they go to the outside lane out of turn 4. 66 to the inside. Brandon Webb's now got the 35 under. Here's neck lid. That's going to be Schallenberger as they come back to the line. Good heated battle about in the top 30.
And just ahead of those guys, Doug Roth and that Stroker Aces Pontiac. Sporting the 43 old style STP colors of Richard Petty, if you will, there.
I was looking for the Clyde Torkel Chicken Pit Special. Oh, that was the sponsor that Burt Reynolds drove in the movie Stroker Ace with Clyde Torkel. If you ever get a chance to see that movie, check it out. It's a funny movie.
I'll have to look it up.
Movies ever. Stroker Ace in the Retro Machine and Doug Ross now under attack by another name that we used to see big in NASCAR back in the day, the Folgers Coffee, number 82, Harry Lane. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup, especially watching ETV, Michael Keaton.
Absolutely. Terry Lane last week at Michigan putting on a good show, if you remember that correctly. Terry Lane always doing a fabulous job here with Real Sim Racing. No stranger to what it takes to win either.
Battle for the lead out of turn number 4. Randy Wells trying to run down the CJ LeVere entry. Macklin right there in that inside line as well, as they're ready to strike for the spot as they come to the line. And we're one lap to halfway as well, guys. As I'll tell you what, Dakota, here, but this has been a pretty fair and clean race. Only one caution. Michael, well, I was going to throw it to Dakota. Dakota's actually getting the story on pit road. But I was going to say, Michael Keaton, it's been a fairly clean race as we come to halfway here. Next time by, 65 down and 65 to go of 130 laps.
Yeah, it sure has, Wes. And folks, if you're just joining us, we've only had one caution. And it just shows the class that this series does have. Real Sim Racing and all their series. Abbott and the guys always doing a fabulous job of recruiting good people and keeping good people. And we can see fine competitors here tonight. Brian Macklin, one of the guys that's new to the league, won last week at Michigan. Here he is, third right now in Atlanta. And continued success for this league, RSR.
And coming to the line, the hostile contact simulation servers halfway is going to go to CJ LeVere in that number 4 car. Let me tell you a little bit more about Hostile Contact servers, providing quality, reliable, and affordable game and voice-over IP servers to the online gaming community. Hostile Contact has servers for all the best shooter games like America's Army, all the Battlefield releases, all the Call of Duty releases, Counter-Strike, and many, many more. You're into racing like we are at ETV? We also feature popular racing games like ARCA, R-Factor, Live for Speed, iRacing, and soon-to-be-released R-Factor 2. Professional web hosting packages are also available. Visit them today at hostlecontact.com. CJ LeVere leads, but he's got Randy Wells and Brian Macklin to deal with as that's heating up here at Atlanta for the second half of the race.
And just like you mentioned, over halfway here, 41 cars on the lead lap. 42nd man being Chris Cable, 11 laps down. He was involved with a single car accident by himself. He hit the wall a couple of times, actually one too many times, and had to put that thing down on garage lane for just a couple of laps. And now he's back on the racetrack here, West. But Chris Cable, the only car here at Atlanta, a lap down or two.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And now here comes Randy Wells one more time, trying to peek down to the inside of the Nationwide number 4 Chevrolet of CJ LeVere for the lead. But it just seems like every time for that field as they go down at 3.
Look at the battle here for 4th place between Jonathan Cadell and Dwayne Vincent. Vincent looks like he's going to be able to take that position over. He does at the line. He's 4th. Dwayne Vincent, he's charging towards the front here, Wes. He started 19th today.
Yeah, the pumpkin comes the jalapeno. He's coming in a hurry, and the Tabasco sauce is number 6 entry. As now he's got some company on his inside. Jonathan Goodell, well, he thought better of it. Goes single file with your leader in the rear deck lid. That's the man in 4th spot. Dresbach now going up underneath the machine of Goodell as they exit out of the corner. That's heating up for position on the stripe.
And they touched, actually, Wes, coming out of 4. Now Kel Dresbach moving back to 9th. He was able to save the car, but he lost a couple of spots. Excellent save from Kel Dresbach.
And maybe John Westling will take you side by side and show you a replay of that ordeal, even though it didn't put out the caution flag. It came pretty close to, though, guys.
We've had a couple of close calls, but only one caution here tonight, Wes. But you've always got that question, you know, when does it happen? Tires are starting to wear here. And speaking of tires, let's go down to Dakota and ask him about that. Dakota, about how long should we see these guys pit, and about tire wear here at Atlanta? We know that it's a pretty grippy track, but as far as wear, how long do these cars take to wear down?
Hey, and don't forget about fuel also.
Yeah, right now, guys, we are expecting the guys to be down around lap 85 as they did pit at 35. It'll be 50 laps in about 10 laps, so we're expecting them just about maybe 85, 90 to be down. 4 tires in fuel for almost everybody, or actually should be everybody. Guys, the concern is tires for if somebody else comes in and takes 4 tires on a race or on a caution or something, and somebody else takes 2, that 2 tires is going to get stampeded. But I mean, right now under green flag conditions, tire wear not too concerned. Fuel, though, is the concern. They have to be able to make it on fuel, and from 80, they are cutting it close, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Great job down there as it's coming down to the end of this race. It's been a fairly quick race as well as what me and Mike and Dakota have talked about here on the ETV Live Network. Here is the I-League Race 130 underway here at Atlanta for Race 2 of the Icebreaker Winter Series. And I'll tell you what, C.J. LeVere out in front, and he's really impressed me, Michael, because when he ran the RSR program, struggled, got in the wall, got involved in wrecks, had mechanical issues. But man, it just seems like everything's coming together for that number 4 car, Nationwide Chevrolet, here tonight in Atlanta.
Yeah, so far so good. I know the crew chief on top of that pit box down there is crossing his fingers and keeping them crossed. He knows it ain't over until the fat lady sings. And you know, too, I want to point out here, Wes, that... Oh, call what?
They're battling for the lead. They're battling for the lead, Michael Keaton, as they come out of turn number 4. Randy Wells, as you just mentioned that, now trying to make the pass on machine of LeVere. Now he gets hung out to dry single file. And, man, now Rails is under attack by Macklin for the second as they exit out of 2. Last lap around, when they came into the corner, Michael, Randy Wells stuck it to the outside lane. He had a run-in on your leader, LeVere, couldn't reel him in. That caused him to fishtail a little bit, and then it allowed Macklin to close in to where he's at now for 3rd. Brian Macklin trying to close in and double down after winning in Michigan last weekend, as we're working lap number 77, a completion on the backstretch.
And if you notice, these 3 guys right here staying pretty much nose to tail with each other. Dwayne Vincent's back and forth, but he's about a second and a half away from these guys. So the first 3 up here starting to catch a little bit of lap traffic, as well as Keith Brooks Jr.'s down pit road. Dakota?
And Keith Brooks Jr. coming down, carrying 4 tires and fuel. This is scheduled. They do think that they're cutting it a little close on fuel, but they should be able to make it, guys.
So it looks like pit stops have started. Keith Brooks Jr. giving up his spot on the racetrack. He did go a lap down, but by the time they all come back around and circulate, he will get back on the lead lap. But could that be a gamble for him to pay off when everybody else in the leaders, they cut the pit road, will have an advantage over everyone as they come out of turn at number 4. here in the moment. It'll be lap number 80 as right now they're on the back straightaway. Cars are starting to show commitments to the inside of the racetrack. We're looking at green flag pit stops coming up in any moment. We'll take a quick break and we'll cover those pit stops here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Meanwhile, here comes Randy Wells for the lead out of turn number 4 at the stripe.
C.J. Rivera going to hang on to it, but he's probably going to give it up here as the 46 machine of Randy Wells has the inside lane here. He's also bringing Macklin with him as C.J. Rivera off the pace a little bit.
Yes, C.J. Rivera definitely off the pace. He's lost ground to your leaders big time. He might have, used up tires, ran out of fuel. Don't know the story. As he's coming to pit road, the 4 Nationwide Chevrolet ducks on a pit road, wants to be at under 50, 45 miles an hour pit road speed. And to cover the pit stops, here's Dakota Ehrman.
Yes, sir. CJ Rivera coming down. 4 tires and fuel was the call. No changes to that car. Right now they are really close to making it, but as I said, about 55 laps on the fuel run, so they think they are good to go, guys.
So C.J. Rivera, first man on the pit road, and now Michael Keaton, new leader, Brian Macklin in the 38.
C.J. Rivera overshot his pit stall here, guys. Going to cost him probably about 2 seconds, but that's the reason why C.J. Rivera backed out of the throttle. I was thinking either he's pitting or something just went bad. So it was that he was pitting, and here he is out of pit road, no harm, no foul, but maybe in danger of going down a lap.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's a tough break for C.J. Rivera, and it's like I mentioned earlier here in the broadcast, this man in the number 4 Nationwide car cannot seem to get a break, Michael Keaton, as he's getting thunderstruck one more time here at Atlanta.
Also, the man that was running second place, Randy Wells, down pit road, 4 tires, gas for him. He's out and away here. Green flag pit stops here, Dakota. Some more come down pit road.
Also, Steve Ritter coming down. Wyatt Wolf also coming down. I'm trying to see here. Matt Lacrosse coming down. 4 tires and fuel for all these guys. Like I said, I mean, they cannot take a risk on tires. They are really close on fuel, but they can make it.
Here comes your leader, Dakota.
And these are scheduled stops. There's several guys. Brandon Webb, Eric Arnold of the Navy Nuke. Watch for the leaders. I see Brian Macklin coming down. 4 tires.
The leader in the number 38 Chevrolet Lilly Trucking of Virginia entry will now come to pit road under 45 miles an hour speed. Does not want to go over there speeding on pit road and busted Jose Gonzalez earlier today as he's in his pit stall back down to Dakota Ehrman.
Yes, sir. 4 tires and fuel. The call for everybody. Like I said, very few changes to Brian Macklin's car. Actually, going to make a small tire pressure adjustment in the right rear, but that is it. No complaints on the radio, guys.
This number 6 Tabasco hot sauce. The jalapenos in the lead now. Michael Keaton. Dwayne Vincent leads him on the back straightaway, but he's not pitted yet.
I was just about to say, keep in mind Dwayne Vincent, Jonathan Cadell, John Milwayne, some of these guys who's still up front have not pitted yet. But just to give you an idea of where, it's the John Milwayne, the 22, is going to get caught for speeding. Oh, boy. 80 miles an hour down pit road. Ooh, that may be a stop and go as he's running 8th position.
Oh, yeah, he got busted. He got busted big time. The Mopar 22 speeding on pit road, exceeding pit road, Dakota Ehrman. There's no calls for that.
John Milwayne actually apologizing to his team, but he did overshoot that. That was a driver error, as he said on the radio. Another guy coming down, Stephen Herring, coming into the first stall as soon as you get on the pit road. And again, the 49 coming down as well. 4 tires and fuel for all these guys.
Absolutely, as pit stops, green flag pit stops continue the cycle around here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, coming down to the wire of this deal. 130 laps is the distance. We're working lap number 87 this time by for completion on the ETV Live Network as now Jonathan Goodell sits in second, up back to third, the 45 of Kel Tresback, but giving up the lead comes Dwayne Vincent. The jalapenos on pit road in front of Dakota Ehrman.
And again, the call is just like everybody else, 4 tires and fuel, guys, for the jalapeno. As he'll come to a stop in his stall just momentarily.
So Michael Keaton, these green flag pit stops continue to cycle around. Now, if you remember who pitted first, Keith Brooks was the first man to come to pit road. Sadly, he's 2 laps down. C.J. Rivera is 1 lap down. Brian Macklin is on the tail end of the lead lap, 1 lap down. These other cars in front of him have not pitted yet, so Macklin's going to win the game if he plays his cards right. When everybody else pits, it'll cycle back around to Macklin as the leader here in the late rally here in Atlanta.
Jonathan Cadell coming down to a complete stop in his stall, not overshooting, being careful not to speed on pit road. 4 tires in fuel, no changes to that car, guys.
So the Strutmaster.com Chevrolet, Jonathan Goodell on pit road as Dakota Ehrman now busy at work. Here comes the other man that was leading. Now he pits. Here comes the Office Depot Mobile 1 retro colors of Tony Stewart. Joey Gattina's on pit road as well as the 63 of Wyatt Wolf Jr. Back down to pit road to Dakota Ehrman.
And the 63 way overshooting the stall, having to back up and having to go back forward. So the 63 having a lot of trouble getting into the stall. 14 of Joey Gattina, however, taking 4 tires of fuel, no problems on the stop, no hold up. He is away.
More cars cycling around. Adam Roberts now giving up the lead. He'll come to pit road. John Hanna Jr., the 97, also out there on pit road as well. And as it cycles around, Michael Keaton, it's going to come back around with Brian Macklin ended up with the lead.
Watching the 44 machine, that's the Rhinestone Cowboy, as you like to call him, Wes. Glenn Campbell going to have to spend a few more seconds on pit road, 80 miles an hour, and took a little bit of the Atlanta grass with him on his entry.
Dakota, how hard is it to get on the brakes here at Atlanta to come to pit road? You're going over 160 plus miles an hour, and what a lot of people say in NASCAR is one of the fastest tracks for speed at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and then you got to back it down to 45, as I believe Randy Wells has got an update. What's going on?
Well, guys, it happened in front of him. Yeah, caution's out. C.J. Lavere involved in this accident. Jose Gonzalez involved in this accident. Randy Wells also involved in this accident. So the heavy hitters here earlier and later on in this race have just been taken out. I believe Jose Gonzalez was about to pit, and man, 46 machine, Randy Wells taking a ride down pit road but not wanting to.
So the caution comes out again. Oh yeah, C.J. Lavere in the grass.
You know, Wes, I don't know how bad C.J. Lavere's going to be damaged here. Randy Wells is probably going to have to take this machine behind the garage. But, oh man, the 4 machine, oh, he really got into the back of Jose there. I tell you, Jose was going to pit there. Obviously, you can tell going from 170 miles an hour down to about 130 there, and right in front of C.J. Lavere, nowhere to go.
And did you see? Look on the replay where C.J. Lavere was going so fast when he hit the grass. Dakota Ehrman, the car came up off the ground right there on the grass entering pit road.
Yeah, you were actually asking before we had that caution come out, how hard is it to get on pit road? Well, a lot like that, what happened there was they've got to come to a complete stop was coming off of turn 4. If they slow down on the track, is really the only safe place to do it, and you've got to expect everybody behind you to go high, and when they don't go high or go around you, then you're in a world of trouble there, as you saw with, I believe it was Jose Gonzalez. But not many people come down. I believe we're going to see the guys that weren't a lap down yet that had not pitted come down and take 4 tires and fuel and get set for the end. Chad Cole, I know, being one of them, as he was way in the back of the field. He's going to get a big gain here. A lot of the guys that had already pitted that were already a lap down will stay out and get the wave around and be on a little bit older tires, guys.
Chad Cole was in 6th before that caution fell. He had to come to pit road. He was one of those guys that got caught up into the cycle into the pit stops, and watching to see how it all circulates around here. And I believe Michael Keaton, when it's all said and done, Brian Macklin will be your leader when we come back for the restart.
Yeah, looking at the telemetry right now, it shows 13 cars on the lead lap. Chris Schallenberger in 14th all the way down to 37th, guys. 14th to 37th is trapped a lap down. So if you're not in front of the race leader, John Hanna Jr. right now, you're going to be stuck a lap down, and he's got a whole host of cars in front of him. So I'm pretty sure that that's about the 20 cars right now that's being shown as a lap down as Brian Macklin enters pit road here.
I cannot believe it. Brian Macklin, Matt LaCrosse, Chris Schallenberger, guys in the running that would have got the lead pit back down the pit road to Dakota Ehrman. Could this be what we call the money stop, Dakota?
No, Brian Macklin actually, I think Matt Lacrosse was just following Brian Macklin, but Brian Macklin getting a little confused with the crew chief. The crew chief actually telling him to stay out, and he said, saying we're on the lead lap, but they were not on the lead lap. They were only on the lead lap because they were in front of the leaders. They will go a lap down because they stayed out here, guys.
Oh, wow.
What a mistake.
Because they couldn't.
What a mistake for Brian Macklin. And it would have cycled around for the Lilly Trucking of Virginia Chevrolet Impala Michael Keaton to be back on the lead behind the pace car. You had the 91 and the 63 in front of him. They were lap down cars on the lead lap. It would have gave Macklin the top spot. I cannot believe he pitted.
Yeah, well, right now it's not showing him a lap down. It's showing him in 15th place, a minute and 32 seconds behind the leader. Obviously, that's not right as he's back out on the track. So when they cross the line this time, we'll know for sure exactly how many is a lap down. Right. So we'll have to see exactly how this plays out. Now, I do know Brian Macklin has a spotter. I'm not sure if Brennan Mercer's doing it with Gary Mercer Trucking or not. But usually Brennan definitely knows what he's talking about. If there was an issue where Brennan said, hey, man, come down pit road. You're going to be on the late lap. You'll be fine. Just come on down. Oh, no, not the case, Wes.
Yeah, scoring loop just picked up telemetry, and it shows him one lap down, 3 cars back on the lead, 1 lap down, and man, that's a disappointment right there. I just can't believe that.
Hey guys, on pit road here. I actually do have a call from Matt Lacrosse. He was just following what Brian Macklin said, but both Brian and Matt had taken 2 tires on the pit stop, I do believe, or I know Matt had. So Lacrosse had to come in and get 4, or else he would have been ran over on the restart there, guys.
Yeah, I wonder if we could try to get Brian Macklin in here to get his thoughts on what happened. Tough break on
well, Wes?
our audio, but he might just be so dejected he don't want to talk about it.
Wes, earlier, before this caution, if you remember, before the green flag pit stops, we went from having 41 cars on the lead lap to now only having 21 cars on the lead lap. So, wow.
Dakota, those cars that stayed out, did that really hurt them on pit road? And look who's out in front, the GoDaddy Chevrolet. And no, I'm not talking about Danica Patrick. I'm talking about John Hanna Jr. We'll lead them to the green flag here. We got 1 to go. Brian Macklin, I understand we've got up on our in-car audio. Brian, man, what a costly mistake, dude. What happened?
I wish I knew. Caution came out right in the middle of the green flag pit stops. Not really what I was looking for because we got on the pit road really, really good and had a big lead. If it had cycled through, I think I would have had a 2 or 3 second lead on the rest of the field. There was a little bit of a miscommunication about who got the lucky dog, but I think they got it situated. So all we can do now is hope that a quick caution comes out. I can get back on the lead lap and try to get as much back as I can.
Absolutely. I was going to ask you there as we get ready to come back for the restart. Do you have enough time with 33 laps to go to get back and rally to the front?
It's so hard to pass here. I think I'm just going to have to try to get as much as I can. I think winning the race or having a shot at a top 5 finish is almost out of the question at this point.
Now, tough break, man. We'll let you get back behind the wheel and focus on the driving duties, as right now he'll be in 26th spot for the restart. Brian Macklin, he's got to get by Matt Lacrosse, Nathan Bowers, and Michael Gray to be the lucky dog for the restart. The pace car coming to pit road. New leaders out in front, Dwayne Vincent, Steve Ritter, and of course it's now Doug Roth up in front as well, as we'll get ready to Doug Roth in second, Bobby Witzel third, Chad Cole, Rich Jets your top 5. Some new names up there. We'll let them crank it up ETV style on the restart with now less than 32 to go. Working lap 100, triple digits, 30 laps to go here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And what do you know, Michael Keaton? Look who's up to third and coming to the front.
Chad Cole in that number 7 machine, man, doing a fine job. He just gave up the 3rd spot, though, to Terry Lane, who's on a mission. Restarted 5th. He's all the way up to 3rd. Doug Roth also coming along inside as they go 3 wide into 1.
3 wide into turn 1. Looked like the Folgers Golfy 82 of Terry Lane got a little bit sideways. He goes to the outside lane. Doug Roth to the bottom. Chad Cole's there. Ronnie Potts is there. Magical for 4th, 5th, 6th as they go back into turn 3.
It's starting to get heated up here, Wes. We've only had 2 cautions, but we may see a couple of more before this one's over because, hey, this is it. This is coming down to the wire 30, 29 laps here to go at the line. It's coming down to a feature main heat race here.
Oh, by the way, Brian Macklin did everything he needed to do. He's the last car on the lead lap or on the a lap down. If we get some quick caution like he's hoping for, the man will go back on the lead lap again and try to rally for the finish.
Man, look at John Hanna Jr. up there in that GoDaddy.com Chevrolet leading this Atlanta race here. The iLeagueRace.com 130 doing a fabulous job out front in that 5 machine.
Yeah, of course, John Hanna last night in the Can-Am Racing Series Championship finale at Iowa Speedway. That was on ETV with me and Matt Close and Dakota Ehrman for the call. He came a little bit short on Cody Parker. Cody Parker was able to win the championship, but a total new change tonight for the GoDaddy color number 5 of John Hanna Jr. leading the way as cars coming to pit road. Looks like Mike King in the 04 car pitting. I don't know if that was a scheduled pit stop or not, but the leaders are back single file in turn 1. It's good to see some different games up at the front of the pack as well, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, it really is, Wes. It kind of it plays out a whole nother ball game. And let's go down to pit road with an update with Dakota Ehrman, who's got some information on someone who just pulled the machine behind the garage of CJ Lavera in that 4 Chevrolet.
Sir CJ Lavera, after maintaining that damage or receiving that damage with Jose Gonzalez, has actually pulled behind the garage and decided to call it a night. They did have a little bit of engine damage from the hard hit. He is a little shaken up, but I believe they have cleared him in the medical center, and he is basically leaving the track, I believe, guys.
Battle for the lead down the back straightaway. They go to turn 3. John Hanna Jr. under attack by the Logitech 19 Chevrolet. Bobby Wetzel, he's closing in on him out of turn 4 to the dog leg.
Yep, there's the momentum. He looks underneath Wes. He's going to have the pass in 1 here. Bobby going for the lead here in 1 as the 5 machine way up high. Going to have to come back down. No room to race up that high as the 19 machine now race leader.
Absolutely. Trying to get his way to the lead lap is what Dakota Ehrman, what were you talking about, buddy?
I think Brian Macklin's going to race his way back on the lead lap. He screwed the waiver up, and he's up to what would be 4th position, guys.
Yes, sir. He's behind Chad Cole in the number 7 car. But then he's got to go all the way around the racetrack and run him back down again. I don't think that's likely to happen. We got 24 to go. And, again, he needs a caution. If he can get a caution, he's back in business.
Absolutely.
And he's got a strong car, guys. I'm telling you, he's got a strong car.
Yeah.
21st, 1 lap down, and to pick off 20 cars to get back to the front. That's a strong car, Michael Keaton.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. You know, that Brian's got a strong car. We saw him contending for the lead earlier on, back and forth, leading the race for a little bit. The only problem here, though, Wes, is that he is a lap down right now. He's behind the 2 of the leaders that's right in front of him. And then, like you mentioned, he's got to go all the way around. But that will only get him to 20th place. If a caution were to come out, we talked to him in the caution last time. He told us that it's hard to pass here at Atlanta. So even if he was to get back on the lead lap, to go from 20th, come back up to the front, it'd almost be a miracle. But hey, the USA team, oh, as he hits the wall in 2. Nothing short of a miracle.
A little bit loose. Chad Cole got sideways as well. So did Ronnie Potts, and they all get in front of him. A costly mistake for Macklin as they exit out of turn 4.
And that did shake up the 4th and 5th place guy. Doug Roth stuck to the outside here of that Pontiac machine as the bone collector of Ronnie Potts trying to take that position over as they almost touch going into 1.
Back into the corner, time running out. Working lap number 109 of completion. 20 laps to go, 21 laps remaining here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Bobby Wetzel, John Hanna Jr., Chad Cole, and Doug Roth, Ronnie Potts is your top 5. Then you got that lap car of Brian Macklin. Again, if a caution was to fall, he would go back on the lead lap, but he'd be on the tail end of the lead lap, rattling him back to the front. But another scenario, guys, caution we went back to green after that second yellow on lap 99. We're on lap 110. It took him 7 laps to pick off 19 cars to get back to the leaders. He can, if he can get that break, he can possibly make a rally for this race. But again, he's got to hope and pray for a caution flag.
Yeah, if he could somehow get up there, and he was actually, very close to doing it when he was sitting there in what would be 3rd spot if he was on the lead lap. But then he hit the wall, Wes, and I think that's what probably for sure did him in. And now he's got some damage. If he goes down he's got to go down pit road to get it fixed. He may be pushing a little bit. You can tell that he's scrubbing off a little bit of speed in the corners as he's turning 30.1s now.
Bobby Wetzel, let's talk about the man out in front. They come to the line. Bobby Wetzel in the number 19 car, the Logitech Chevrolet. He's from Ohio. Yes, you're exactly right. He started this race 5th in qualifying. In practice, he was right around the, his car was a little bit off during practice, but somehow or another that car came around in the qualifying run, set it at 5th for the start. He's kind of been hanging back since this race got underway, but man, he's there when it counts, up in front with now less than 18 laps to go.
And doing a fine job leading this race. Had to take away the number 1 position, if you don't remember, about 5 laps ago from John Hanna Jr. And Hanna just signaling the hand out the window saying, go on, buddy. And now we get to see if Hanna Jr. can work that 19 machine of Wetzel as they go down here into 1 with 16 to go, Wes.
Absolutely. Back into the corner. Bobby Wetzel out in front. John Hanna Jr. in 2nd. Chad Cole 3rd. 4th is going to be Doug Roth. What a great run for him in the Stroker Race Retro STP colors. And Ronnie Potts in the number 5 spot in the number 2. Coming to the line. 15 laps to go. Final commercial break, and we'll take you flag to the checkered flag from Atlanta Motor Speedway on ETV Live. Let's go side by side. Down the back straightaway to the line. There'll be 10 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. They're working lap 119. I'll tell you what, Michael Keaton, getting down to the wire. Bobby Wetzel, His palms have got to be sweating right now on that steering wheel as it's coming to crunch time. He better not look out his rearview mirror. Sell away, half a second. Car spinning out of turn number 2.
Oh, and what a save by the number 2 machine, Ronnie Potts. John Abbott and the 2 machine got together, and I'm going to tell you, that bone collector made one, I wouldn't say bonehead save, but one awesome save.
I really thought that the caution was going to come out. Ronnie Potts giving us a scare. He saved it. He now makes his rally back to the front. That allows Chad Cole now to close in. He gets past John Hanna Jr. Then he's got Doug Roth in 4th. And this sets his sights now on the number 19 of Bobby Witzel for the lead. 9 to go. 9 to go. Here at Atlanta, back at the line.
Chad Cole is running him down, Wes, slowly but surely. He's got a huge momentum run here. The draft full in effect here at Atlanta. He's about a half a car length away. The 19 machine of Bobby Witzel still continues to lead. Chad Cole losing a little bit of ground in 1, but gaining it back out of 2.
You know, the man that really wanted the caution flag to come out a moment ago when Ronnie Potts got sideways out of the corner, looked like he was dirt tracking it. Brian Macklin. But does he got enough time? He's still a lap down, and as I said, he needed a caution to make a rally, but the laps are dwindling away. Time's not on the side of the number 38 and 3 as they come to the finish here. Time running out. Now make it 7 to go. Bobby Witzel leads on the backstretch. He's got Chad Cole to deal with in 2nd, and Dakota Ehrman. Didn't we say John Westland picked this man to win from the rear?
Yes, sir. And I'll tell you what, I think John Wesley actually told me pick somebody for me or just pick somebody for me or something like that. But I did pick Chad Cole for him. You know, Chad Cole fan club for life on Facebook. Check it out. Chad Cole, he's really good in the Full Throttle Cup Series or TV series, whatever it was. This guy is the guy to beat, I think, in this championship. I think it was my pick last week, and he finished 2nd from the rear, guys.
Leaders on the back straightaway, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, it looks like Cole kind of in that point where he can't gain any more than what he has. He's about 2 car lengths behind that 19 machine as it comes out of 4. Still 2 car lengths behind. Kind of running similar lap times here at the line. Chad Cole just a little bit slower. Bobby a little bit faster.
To the line this time by. When they come back around to the stripe, that is, as now they're only on the back straightaway here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It will be 5 laps to go. We'll look for a different winner. Macklin, definitely out of the picture. 1 lap down. Needed a caution. Battle for the lead. Chad Cole trying to close in on Bobby Witzel. He got a little sideways at the stripe. 5 to go. They're in turn 1.
In a matter of lap, it went from 2 car lengths to down to not even a half as Chad Cole lets off in 1 and 2. Gives the 19 a little bit more cushion. Chad Cole was almost on his back deck lid, but led up. And now you see the 19 with a little bit of gap. Chad Cole may be setting him up here, Wes.
They got to be careful. They've got to be careful. Witzel and Cole battling for the lead. And I'll tell you what, the man that's watching all this behind him, in 3rd. Look at your camera. In 3rd, the 43. Retro STP colors of Richard Petty. Doug Roth, now he loses position to John Hanna Jr. I really believe you got to watch the man in 3rd because got a battle for the lead. They might take each other out. They might not. We'll find out. They're in turn number 3, Michael Keaton, with now 3 to go.
Halfway down the backstretch, Chad Cole stuck the Valvoline nose underneath the 19, but thought better of it. Led up, got right back behind him as a car length behind. 7 to go here. Heating up into 1.
Actually, there's only 3 laps to go. Time running out here in this race. It's,
Lord.
It is.
I saw the 7 car.
Chad Cole 2nd. And, hey, Doug Roth got back in front of John Hanna Jr. for 3rd again. Meanwhile, Cole trying to make his move in the late rally to the outside, to the inside. Can't get him. 2 to go. 2 to go. Cole to the inside in the grass out of turn 4.
Woo! Better luck, maybe let the I think the 19 threw a little Tony Stewart block possibly on the trioval. I don't know, but Chad Cole in the grass a little bit. but no harm, no foul. Momentum coming out of 2. Going to look for the lead maybe in 3.
Classic shades of the 1985 All-Star race with Earnhardt taking it in the grass at the All-Star, being over Bill Elliott and Charlotte as they'll come to the line. Last chance saloon here in the I-League race 130. White flag in the air. One more lap to go. Witzel, Cole, 1 and 2 for the lead out of turn 1 for the final time.
Chad Cole is there. He's about a half a car length behind. This is going to be setting up for a wild finish. Momentum out of 2 belongs to Cole. 19 down the backstretch. Here's Chad Cole down low. Oh, the 19 puts a block. What are they going to do, Wes, in 3 and 4?
Meanwhile, they're 3 wide. Fanning back out 2 wide. Now single file. Last chance saloon for Witzel to hold off Cole. Cole takes it to the grass on the inside. He gets sideways. He's not going to get him. Bobby Witzel wins at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Chad Cole taking it to the grass one last time. It did not work, Michael Keaton. He's got to settle for second.
What a wild finish. Chad Cole, Bobby Witzel, and the guys behind you, following you, they're going 3 wide and 4 and 3. Woo! That's Abbott, Rolfe, Hanna Jr.
Post-race activity after the checkered flag in turn 3. The number 2, Ronnie Potts, got turned by somebody. It might have been the 14 of Joey Katina. Don't know what that was all about. Ronnie Potts' car now down at the bottom of turn 3. But recapping the top 5, Bobby Witzel is your winner of the 19 Logitech Chevrolet. Chad Cole is second. John Abbott third. Doug Roth fourth. John Hanna Jr., your top 5. And there's Bobby Witzel lighting them up, burning up those Goodyear tires here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. He wins the I-League Race 130 here today, Michael Keaton.
And in fine fashion to the 19 of Bobby Witzel win this Atlanta race here tonight. Wes, Chad Cole and him putting on a great finish. And but Chad Cole coming up a little bit short. I like the grass move, and I also like Bobby Witzel's halfway block move. I'm not going to call it a block. I'm just going to call it great racing, and that's what it's all about here.
Absolutely, and we'll take a quick break and come back with our And the Winner Is Motorsports Show post-race show live on ETV Radio and the other 6 networks of ETV, along with the HD Radio Network. Join Wesley Outley and Mike Neff every Monday night from 6 to 8 Eastern. Catch the latest updates from local dirt and asphalt tracks from all over the country. Everything from NASCAR to the grassroots regional level to even the short tracks of the stars of the day preparing for tomorrow. Driver interviews and more. And the Winner Is Motorsports Show every Monday night, 6 to 8 on ETV-Live-eplay.net, or the website, ETV-eplay.net on ETV Live. And we will get ready for the And the Winner Is post-race show after this commercial break. Your winner, it's Bobby Witzel holding off Chad Cole and company to win. We'll talk to them after the break.
Coming to a comfortable lead, coming out of 2. He's got about 8 car lengths, put it half a second over Dwayne Vincent as Chad Cole works the number 2 spot.
Time is running out. Vincent's got it. Cole wants it to go off. Chevrolet puts the bumper to the 13 of Vincent. Vincent not backing down. He's in second. You know, and we got 1 car on the bottom of the 10 car. Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway, the ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network, and the Winner Is Post-Race Show after a great event here in Hot Atlanta. And it was Hot Atlanta, Michael Keaton. What a great way to finish this event. And one thing I love is some of these guys at the front getting the top 3 recognition, or some names that normally have car issues get caught up in wrecks in the back. It was their heyday today, baby.
130 laps here at Atlanta, 2 cautions and 15 lead changes. John Abbott finishing 3rd. John, take us through the last couple of laps there. You got into somebody just for a second. They saved it. I believe it was Ronnie Potts. And then talk to us about getting up to 3rd and finishing 3rd.
Yeah, Mike, man, what a race. Really struggled there, and they're going. I believe Chris Cable got into the wall about the time I committed for the high line. And got checked up there and fell back, and then tried to work my way up a little bit, and I got into I believe it was the 64 car. Anyway, just one of those nights I actually got into the longest line, so I was all the way back in 40th, and got into Ronnie Potts a little bit. I couldn't tell what happened there. I think it was just close racing. May have slid up a little bit. I don't think he gave me a whole lot of room, but anyway, it was a great race, and edged out my teammate there. I hated to do that because he had a good top 3 going, Doug Roth. But anyway, it was a good fun race.
And John, too, looking at the point standings last week, you know, you finished 8th. You're sitting 8th in the points, 11 points behind. You're tied with Dwayne Vincent. Looking at some of the guys here in the top 10, you may have claimed the points lead here, finishing 3rd here tonight. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good. I had kind of a tough go of it in full throttle, but I think I'm a little bit better in this car. At least it's proven to be that way in the past, and hopefully string together a few good finishes, and then maybe they want to get that win. Don't get enough of those, and who knows what could happen.
And John, I know you got some sponsors you'd like to thank, and we'll give you this time to go ahead and do that now.
Yeah, I've got iLeagueRace.com. They handle all of our website needs here at RSR, our website, driver management. It's all in one place. So any league admins out there looking for an all-in-one, one-stop shopping driver management program and website, go to iLeagueRace.com. And then want to thank my stroke race teammates, Doug Roth, Rich Jett, Steve Herring. They all had a good run tonight, and we're going to try to win the team championship here, just like we did in full throttle.
Awesome job tonight, John Abbott, finishing 3rd place. And here's Chad Cole right here to my left. Chad, congratulations, 2nd place. You came into tonight 2nd in points. I thought John Abbott had squeezed by you tonight after finishing 3rd, but Chad, actually, you're going to be in control of the #1 spot in the points. How does it feel?
Pretty good, Batman. I tell you, that was a tough race. I really thought it'd be a lot easier coming from the back, but wow, that that first run, I think I only got to about 30th or so, about 10 places in the first 20 or 25, whatever lap that first stint was. Then, but luckily that I stayed out when people were pitting, and there's actually 2 laps left until I was going to pit, and the caution came out. I mean, it never fails the caution comes out when people are pitting. So I just always try to run it dry, and came through again that time. Luckily, I was able to run down Bobby, and let's see, I was running with Doug Roth there too, and John Hanna. That was a lot of fun running with those guys, and just a fun race.
And Chad, too, of course, the battle with the lead of Bobby Witzel there, coming to the closing laps. Almost did a little Dale Earnhardt Sr. move there, passed through the grass. I know it was exciting. You hung with him. It looked like for moments you would let off, and I'm saying, guys, he's letting him go out there. He's going to get some momentum. He's going to build his momentum. He's going to build his momentum. Was that kind of what you were doing? Because we could see that you'd gain to about a half a car length, and then you'd go about a car to a car length behind us. Were you trying to set Bobby up?
Yeah, you're exactly right. You just if you're right up on a guy, you can't get enough momentum, and you just stall out. So yeah, you got to drop off a little bit and try to get headed steam at him. And he's smart keeping it to the grass there. I was trying to make my own hole, but it just wasn't there. Get a little bit out of control there when you get on the grass. But yeah, oh man, that was a lot of fun racing with Bobby there.
And Chad, obviously you got some sponsors you'd like to thank.
Yeah, no sponsors, but I'd like to thank ETV for always doing this Monday night stuff. It's so cool that you guys come in and broadcast our races. And of course, admins at RSR for getting you guys to come broadcast the races.
Well, there you have it, folks. The man who finished second tonight, finished second last week, and is now in control of the points. Wes, I understand you're standing down Gatorade Victory Lane with a car, number 19 machine, who led the most important lap tonight, the last one, Bobby Witzel.
Absolutely. Down here in Gatorade Victory Lane, got the crew members all gathered around, friends, family gathering in, giving the hugs and kisses, and Gatorade spewing all over the place as well, but the confetti in Gatorade Victory Lane, your winner of the I-League Race 130 here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for round number 2 of the Icebreaker Winter Series. It is the number 19 Logitech Chevrolet Impala of Bobby Wetzel. Bobby, man, how does it feel?
Oh, man, it feels great. I mean, racing there at the end with Chad Cole, I mean, that was amazing racing that we had. He was running me down, and I thought he was going to get me, but every time he just kept backing off to get that run again, and it just kept helping me just a tiny bit every time.
How nervous were you coming down to the wire, noting that Valvoline number 7 was getting closer and closer and finally was at you?
Well, that's probably the most mirror racing I've done that's not at a plate track. I kept looking back there in the mirror watching, okay, where's John Hanna, then where's Chad Cole, and John and Chad were side by side, and I thought, okay, if they could just stay side by side. But nope, Chad got by him, and here he came.
Shades of the 85 NASCAR All-Star race, the Winston between Dale Earnhardt and, ironically, Chase Elliott's, Bill Elliott's son, Chase Elliott, was on my And the Winner Is Motorsports show tonight. Kind of ironic, shades of the Dale Earnhardt, Bill Elliott All-Star race there between you and Cole there in the late rally.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that the first time he went down to the grass. I'm like, well, if he does that again, maybe he'll just lose it. I didn't think he would. I mean, Chad's a very good driver, but it was very reminiscent, I'll say that.
No doubt about it. And, of course, when it was all said and done, Bobby Wetzel comes and wins in Victory Lane, the number 19 Logitech Chevrolet. I'll tell you what, though, man, what's it like running with all these great competitors of the Icebreaker Winter Series? And I think this just goes to show, if we had any viewers that tuned in and they saw the beginning, they were like, okay, well, here come the green flag pit stops, or we got Macklin out in front, and you got all your regular top contenders. Well, then all of a sudden, they's all got snake bit. And these new names like you and Abbott and Cole and Hanna and Roth all in there. Great kudos to all of y'all. To put a great show on for the finish. I love seeing the underdog story here tonight.
Well, it's great to be the underdog. I mean, I didn't get much practice in. I got in about 5 minutes before we went to race and put up a decent qualifying lap. It's just didn't have the practice in, and then I really lucked out with that caution, and so did a whole bunch of other guys, but it's how the dice is rolled sometime.
Absolutely, man. Before we let you go, throw out your sponsors, man.
Got no sponsors, but I need to thank Real Sim Racing for putting this on. I got to thank you guys for announcing. Got to thank all the admins, everybody in the booth. I mean, just a good night.
No doubt about it. Ladies and gentlemen, in Gatorade Victory Lane, the winner of the race number 2 of the Icebreaker Winter Series, the Icebreaker Winter Series second winner of the year, 2 for 2. Brian Macklin won race 1. And the man that wins here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the number 19 Impala Logitech Chevrolet of Bobby Witzel. And Michael Keaton, that's all she wrote, buddy, and we'll pack our bags and get ready for race number 3 at Dover, Delaware, the Munster Mile, next Monday night.
Absolutely, looking forward to it. New points leader going into it, and then we're going to see some guys try to rebound like Brian Macklin and Dwayne Vincent. Some of these guys like C.J. Lavera, who led so many laps and was so devastated there at the caution that fell out. But obviously, great racing here tonight, and some good wins and good top 10 finishes for some of the guys.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. And, of course, we'll get all our broadcast equipment packed up, loaded up, set up, and ready to go again next Monday night for round 3 of the Icebreaker Winter Series at the Munster Mile, Dover, Delaware. As, man, I'll tell you what, it's been exciting. New points leader for the last 2 weeks, changing 2 different winners. Gotta love this Icebreaker Winter Series, as the heat is definitely on for that championship. Leading on to the RSR Full Throttle Cup Series 2013 championship getting underway at Daytona in February. The voices you heard in our broadcast tonight, of course, Dakota Irma did a great job on pit road, the associate producer as well. Running the boards, John Wessling, Magic Fingers out of Indiana. And, of course, couldn't do it without him, the great work he always does. And we appreciate everybody at RSR, Real Sim Racing, and, of course, the Icebreaker Winter Series. There's so many names. We have to thank them all so much for what they do for making this event happen on a week-to-week basis. We'll get ready for Dover, and of course, we appreciate you all tuning into the broadcast. Got some more great events coming up tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern, beginning with the pre-race show at 8:45. It's racing at Kentucky with the NASCAR iRacing Pro Series. As the race gets closer and closer to deciding who's going to be the next 25 to go in for the NASCAR Driver World Championships beginning in 2013 in February. And, of course, the Championship All-Star Race, the All-Star event for the Maritime Racing League going on at South Boston Speedway. ATV coverage on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Eastern. Just some of the great upcoming broadcasts on ETV Live, Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network, the leader in sim broadcasting. Prayers and thoughts still go on with J.D. Webb. Good to hear him in the broadcast here tonight, Michael Keaton.
Yeah, it really was. J.D. stopped for a little bit and talked with us, and he really misses this, and I know he's going to get back better soon and join back the action. He does not like sitting on the couch. He expressed that during the broadcast, and it'll be exciting for him to get back into the full swing of things here shortly.
Absolutely. You can tell it. You can sense it in his voice as we had him on here at the drop of the green flag, which just seemed like an hour ago. A great race, only 2 caution flags at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Very impressed with the outcome of this event, too, Michael, in closing.
Yeah, you know, like I mentioned, 2 cautions, and at a track like Atlanta where you can pretty much run flat out for the first couple of laps, these guys really competitive, and 2 wide racing. We saw some 3 wide racing. We saw some green flag pit stops, and everybody did a fine job of racing with only 2 cautions. This is what I explained earlier, that this is a great league. If you're out there watching right now, and if you're looking for a good league to join, this is a great league to join. They had 43 drivers on the racetrack tonight. 2 cautions at one of the fastest tracks on the iRacing circuit at Atlanta, and just a phenomenal job by these guys once again.
2 different points leaders, 2 different winners as we move to Dover next week in round 3 of the Icebreaker Winter Series. For Dakota Ehrman on pit road, John Wessling, the producer, Michael Keaton, I'm Wesley Outland. We thank you for tuning in to ETV Live Network's coverage of the I-League Race 130 here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. You've been listening to the leader of sim broadcasting, the ETV Live Online Auto Sports Entertainment Network. And from everybody at ETV Live, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and Happy Holidays.